What is Antifa, the movement Trump wants to declare a terror group? President Trump's announcement on Twitter brought renewed attention to the anti-fascist protesters he has blamed for inciting violence at protests. The president's critics noted, however, that the United States does not have a domestic terrorism law and that Antifa, a contraction of the phrase anti-fascist, is not an organization with a leader, a defined structure, or membership roles. Rather, Antifa is more of a movement of activists whose followers share a philosophy and tactics. Who are the members of Antifa? Its followers acknowledge that the movement is secretive, has no official leaders, and is organized into autonomous local cells. It is also only one in a constellation of activist movements that have come together in the past few years to oppose the far right. Antifa members campaign against actions they view as authoritarian, homophobic, racist or xenophobic. Although Antifa is not affiliated with other movements on the left and is sometimes viewed as a distraction by other organizers, its members sometimes work with other local activist networks that are rallying around the same issues, such as the Occupy movement or Black Lives Matter. Supporters generally seek to stop what they see as fascist, racist and far-right groups from having a platform to promote their views, arguing that public demonstration of those ideas leads to the targeting of marginalized people, including racial minorities, women and members of the LGBTQ. When did the movement begin? One of the first groups in the United States to use the name was Rose City Antifa, which says it was founded in 2007 in Portland, or it has a large following on social media, where it shares news articles, and sometimes seeks to dox, or reveal the identities and personal information, of figures on the right. The Antifa movement gained more visibility in 2017 after a series of events that put a spotlight on anti-fascist protesters, including the punching of a prominent alt-right member. The cancellation of an event by a right-wing writer at the University of California, Berkeley, and their confrontation of white nationalist protesters in Charlottesville who turned violent. What distinguishes Antifa from other protest groups? The groups also have overlapping ideologies, as both often criticize capitalism and seek to dismantle structures of authority, including police forces. The movement has been widely criticized among the mainstream left and right. Conservative publications and politicians routinely rail against supporters of Antifa, who they say are seeking to shut down peaceful expression of conservative views. These critics point to moments during which purported Antifa members have been accused of sucker punching Trump supporters. Between 2010 and 2016, 53% of terrorist attacks in the United States were carried out by religious extremists, 35% by right-wing extremists, and 12% by left-wing or environmentalist extremists, according to a University of Maryland-led consortium that studies terrorism.